Well, hello YouTube. This is Adrian from Team Dueling, bringing you guys budget deck profile. So right now, this deck I'm talking about is Tindangle. You can make this whole engine for perhaps damn, the extra deck. There you go. I only play 3 extra deck. You guys can add more extra deck monsters if you guys want. This deck is really cheap. You guys can probably make it for underneath like $10 or so, depending. But yeah, let's get right into this video. It's a flip archetype deck, so these ones are pretty fun. And they're in Fiends as well. So I play 3 Tindangle Trinity. So, like I said, these guys are flip monsters, attack 0 and defense 15. And flip, you can flip effect is you can special summon 1 Tindangle base card from your deck, and if this card was flipped face up, your Tindangle monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is sent to the graveyard as link material for the link summon of a Tindangle monster, which obviously we only run 3, you can add 1 Gorgoni's End from your deck to your hand. If you do, send 1 spell or tracker from your deck to the graveyard. So basically, it's like a Foolish Burial Goods in a way, and whenever it's flipped face up and face up defense, you get a base card, and you get to your monsters won't even be destroyed by battle, so you can even keep them right there. But they can be destroyed by card effects, so that's the thing. Then we play 3 Tindangle Angels. What Tindangle Angel does, it's all these monsters are mostly flip effects. All of them are actually flip effects. So you can special summon 1 flip monster from your hand or your graveyard in face down defense position, except Tindangle Angel. Then if it is your opponent's battle phase, you end the battle phase. So you can only do that once per turn, and it's a really good card. It's a defensive card. We play 2 Tindangle Protectors. What Tindangle Protectors does, it's a flip. Another flip effect is you can change up to 3 face down defense position monsters you control to face up defense position. Then, if those monsters are Tindangle monsters, which they are, you can add up to that many Tindangle cards from your deck to your hand, and you can only do that once per turn. So basically, it's a good searcher and good re-adder. I think that's how you say re-adder. And we play the 3 Tindangle base card. This card is really good because it's a free summon. So if you control a face down defense position monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position, and then he has another effect is if a monster is normal or special summon and is now pointed to by an opponent's link monster except this turn, you contribute. Oh, except during the damage step, sorry. You contribute this card special summon 1 Tindangle monster from your hand or deck in attack position or face down defense position. It's a 22 defense. Yeah. Basically, this Tindangle base Gardener is one of your ones you want to go into link summon with, because it's a free summon. We play 2 Tindangle Intruder. Its flip effect is you can add 1 Tindangle monster from your deck to your hand. When this card is normal summoned, you can send 1 Tindangle card from your deck to the graveyard. If a monster is special summoned to your field in face down defense position while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card in face down defense position. This is one of your beaters because he has 2200 attack. And you can normal summon him. 2 Tindangle Hounds. So its flip effect is you can target 1 other face-up monster on the field. This card gains attack equal to that target's original attack, then change that target to face-down defense position. Most likely, you're going to want to target your intruder if he was face-up attack, so you make that guy and put him face down. And each monster your opponent controls loses 1,000 attack for each linked for each monster linked to it. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 face down monster on the field, change it into face up defense position. Basically a recycle effect. Or yeah. Then some support. We play 2 Scapegoats because we don't want to have an open field. And because of Scapegoats, if it was face down, we can just special summon the Gardna. And if you want, you can when you flip it, you make other tokens and stuff, and you can use that to make other link monsters if you guys want to add more link monsters. Then off to the spells now. So that was it for the monsters. We play 3 Nigel's Protection. So what this card does is Tindangle monsters in your main monster zones cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card's effects. Once per turn, if your Tindangle monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent, the damage is doubled. And you can only use this effect once per turn, and you can you can discard this card. You can banish this card from your graveyard and discard one Tindangle card. Add one Nigel's Protection from your deck to your hand. So basically, it's a free like adding one of your traps, adding one of the spells that you need. Back row removal because that is a thing. I play 2 MSTs. You guys can change it for Twin Twisters if you want. And because Twin Twisters can actually, you can just discard one of the Tindangle cards or the Nigel's Protection and add a Nigel Protection back. Play 2 Foolish Burial Goods to send those spells or traps to the graveyard. Just so I can either thin out my deck or re-add stuff from my deck. And we don't really want our opponent to hit us with multiple hand traps or something because the meta is stupid right now and the meta is really mean. We play 2 Called by the Graves just to say no to those little girl cards. Then we play Euler's Circuit, which is the field spell, and your opponent's monsters cannot attack if you control 3 or more Tindangle monsters. So basically, if you do play this card, you can have the lock onto your opponent, and you can target one Tindang once per turn during your standby phase. Actually, once per turn during your standby phase. You can target one Tindangle monster you control, give control to it to your opponent, and you do that just so you can swing at your opponent if they have 0 attack or so. You put one of your monsters to face up attack, and if they have like 0 attack, then that's when you can swing at them and keep on hurting them with damage because you have the Nigel's Protection, which also doubles the damage. And you can bash this card, and yeah, you can banish this card from your graveyard, discard one, add one Euler Circuit, but we only play one Euler Circuit. I play the 1 Foolish Burial, the 1 Monster Reborn, and the 1 Dark Hole. Dark Hole to remove field, Monster Reborn to bring back big monsters, and the Foolish Burial to send monsters into the graveyard. Traps, we play 3 Tindangle Dueling. What Tindangle Dueling does is when you take battle damage from an opponent's attacking monster, while you have 3 or more Tindangle monsters with different names in your graveyard, so that's where the Foolish Burial comes into play, you can destroy that attacking monster. And if you do special summon one Tindangle Acute Cerberus from your extra deck, so basically that's the Link monster, you could cheat it out. And if you do special summon from your extra, if you control no monsters in the extra monster zone, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Then target 3 Tindangle monsters with different names in your graveyard. Special summon them in face down defense position. So that's good in face down defense position. And then after you can probably flip them on your next turn, and then get their off effects. And then the other cards that stop your opponent from basically playing is I play 2 Lost Wind. What it does is you target 1 face-up special summon monster on the field. It has its effects negated. Also, its original attack is halved if a monster is special summoned from your opponent's extra deck while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can set this card face down and then banish it when it leaves the field. Then we play 1 Gorgoni's End. With Gorgoni's End, it's target 1 Tindangle Link monster you control. Equip this card to it. It cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target it with card effects once per turn. If there are monsters in all zones, they equip the monster points to. If there are still monsters in all zones, they equip the monster points to. You can destroy this card and all of those monsters, then inflict damage to your opponent to equip the monster's attack before they were destroyed. So basically, it's a really, really good card, just to hit your opponent's life points. Play 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, because we don't want your opponent's monsters to come out, and we just want them to just go into the banish zone instead of the graveyard. We play the 1 Heavy Storm Duster, because we want to use this on your opponent's turn to destroy more back row removal. We play the Trap Tricks Trap Hole Nightmare, which when a monster that was special summoned this turn activates its effects on your opponent's side of the field, negate the effect, and if you do, destroy that card, so negations, and then we just play the last card, which is Solemn Warning. Alright. And then the last monsters that we play, which are in the extra deck, is we play the 3 Tindangle Acute Cerberus. You guys can play like Deco Talker, Proxy Dragon, things like that, Nightmare Cerberus, Nightmare Phoenix, if you guys want to. I just chose to just play these 3 because your opponent is like you can either stall your opponent or burn them to almost like death and stuff. Anyways, what this card does is you need 3 Tindangle monsters, and this card gains 3,000 attack if you have 3 or more Tindangle monsters with different names in your graveyard. Tindangle, let me see. Tindangle in your graveyard, including in Tindangle base card, gains 500 attack for each Tindangle monster it points to. And at the end of the battle phase, if this card declared an attack, you can special summon one Tindangle token. And when you want to give your opponent a card, you can put it right in front of the Cerberus and stuff of this card. And if you have the other two, you basically have like, so you already have 3,000 on the board. With those two is basically you're going to have 4,500. And this card wouldn't be able to be destroyed by battle or card effect because you're going to have Gorgoni's End connected to it. Anyways, guys, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and tell me what you guys think about the deck. We will see you guys later.